If you want to know what really saved this coastline, these sandbags. You could see that force of the water crashing over. These dunes would be completely gone, totally exposing this part of Buxton. But the sandbags have held, despite being relentlessly pounded for days. It's not just wood, as you see, that gets damaged by the force of these waves. These waves are coming in powerful enough to just lift and crack these giant pieces of concrete, destroying this driveway. So impressive, the force of these waves. Well, the sun's out. It's not stopping the overwash though. A car from Pennsylvania, they warned them apparently to not park there. Nobody listened. The folks are in that hotel. They were moved from these buildings just because caution, you know, these waves are massive coming in at this high tide. You can see just how much water and sand's washing in. This is the most for this entire event that's actually happened. But NCDOT has a big front end loader that keeps coming in back and forth to remove the sand before it gets too deep and too soupy, because it's really, really wet, easy to get stuck, especially if you stop. And cars are coming through. What's weird, absolutely no media has paid attention to this. None. The only one here. It's pretty impactful. Highway 12 remains closed probably until at least Tuesday. The ferries still are shut down because of the winds. So for now, trapped here in Buxton, North Carolina.
Well, very discouraging because we can't get out of here.
It's scary. I don't want the undercarriage of my car to be damaged.
And we planned to come down Sunday to the funeral, go back Saturday.
It was Saturday.
And we put our dog in a daycare center, and we had to call them and tell them we don't know when we're coming back.
Nice, so they can keep him till Wednesday.
So it's been, and we didn't pack for a week. We packed for 2 days.
We packed to come down for Saturday and leave on Sunday.
Have enough toothpaste and whatever.
We have it.
Last us.
You might have to go to the t-shirt shops.
No, we're leaving.
To go get an OBX t-shirt to have some clean clothes.
That's exactly right. But we hope and pray we're going to get out of here tomorrow.
So this is Ocean View Drive in Avon. They have a lot of newer dunes that they've put up over the last couple of years, and for the most part they held up. But as you can see, there was some overwash, and that's also what's washing over Highway 12. Well, it's pretty easy to see why Highway 12 is closed, shut down north of Rodanthe. Entire section of this protective dune wiped away, overwashed by the incredibly powerful surf that's happened over the last couple of days because of this coastal low. You can see NCDOT trying their best to slowly but surely move just several tons of sand off the highway, clearing the road, try to rebuild this dune as the waves continue to crash in. So once again, cars can safely get on and off of Hatteras Island. But in the meantime, people are stuck on the north side and they're stuck down here on the south side. The only way off is a ferry. Now, in the distance, which is interesting, this beautiful bridge being built should be finished construction, they estimate, early part of 2022. They've nicknamed it the Jug Handle Bridge, and it goes around this trouble section. So it's a raised bridge in the sound, goes around into Rodanthe, and that is going to completely detour around this trouble section. So in the future, they're just going to let this section of highway become a beach. They're going to let this sand erode in, and this section of road is no longer going to be here. And they won't have to spend the tens of thousands, I'm assuming, per year to clean this section of road every time one of these systems comes in, overwashing these dunes and closing down the highway. So it's going to be a major help, and likely this might be one of the last times there's going to be a closure on Highway 12, especially right here, from a system like what we just experienced. Everything's a rush. Now I'm trying to get over to Hatteras, which is where the ferry is, because that's the only thing leaving the island right now. We saw what Highway 12 looks like. That's not going to open up until at least tomorrow afternoon, probably, maybe mid-morning. And I'm kind of on a deadline trying to get this car back at the very least, so I don't get charged too much. Right now, if I get it back by 9:30 tonight, it's only $90 extra. Tomorrow morning would be like $130. So, you know, try to save money while you can. When, you know, you're doing this by yourself, you want to try and save money. I've never done a ferry like this, so this will be an interesting proposition. And since it's the only way off, it's 2:10, 2:12. Ferry leaves at 3. I don't know. Hopefully I can get on. Hopefully it's not like too jam-packed full of people. We'll find out. I'm 2 miles from the ferry. It's stopped because they're moving a little bit of sand. Oh, the irony. I kind of laugh about this. You gotta drive through water to get to the ferry. What an adventure. Good news. Made the line to get at least one other island, Ocracoke. And here's the situation. This ferry leaves at 4 or 3. The one to Cedar, the earliest one, is 4:30. I don't know how long it takes to get here to Ocracoke, and then go from there to get to Cedar or whatever. If not, I gotta catch a 6:30 to get to Swan Quarter or whatever, which is another ferry terminal. I don't know which one's ideal for me. And then I gotta get all the way to Raleigh, hopefully by 9:30, to get this lovely, till we get a Tacoma return. They'll get charged even more. So this is the behind the scenes logistics that you just don't really think about. I think you can get out once the ferry's in motion. So get a little ride to Ocracoke Island, and then we'll see if we can catch the next ferry. So despite its best efforts, we're saying goodbye to Hatteras Island. We're on a ferry to that other island. What was different from a couple of years ago, Hurricane Dorian had just torn through, so the road on Ocracoke Island was torn up. So it was closed to everyone except for emergency workers and people who lived on the island. So the ferry we had no option but to wait for the road closure. That's why we were stuck on Hatteras for 5 days. This time, of course, there's the chance to be able to catch another ferry and make our way to the mainland today. And so theoretically, I could be back in St. Pete as early as tonight, more likely in the morning. So here's kind of a fun fact. See that big boat in the distance? It's dredging the channel we're in, which makes sense after all that wave action stuff, filling in the channel with all the sediment. So they're having to come back through and empty it back out so these ferries can keep running uninterrupted. Welcome to Ocracoke. We got a 20-minute drive or so to get to the ferry. I don't think we're gonna make the early one to get to Cedar, so it's probably gonna be the later one to Swan Quarter, which means I'll get to Raleigh about midnight, so there's no way I'm getting this car back in time. Oh well.
And when would you like to drop off the vehicle now?
Tuesday the 9th, so tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. Hello.
How you doing?
All right, yourself?
All right, going to Swan Quarter.
Yes, sir. Somewhere on the mainland. And it sure ain't by driving.
No. Well,
Not until they get that new bridge built.
well, it's been about as tough a weekend as I've seen here on the Outer Banks in a long time.
Just that bad of weather, huh?
Yeah. That nor'easter that come through here did a number. It breached the dunes up near Rodanthe, from what I understand.
Yeah.
Are you going to park now, sir?
Yeah.
Okay, you're going to be in lane 3. It'll
Okay.
be all the way to your right, lane 3.
Great. Thank
Yes,
you.
sir. It'll say Cedar Island, but trust me, you're going to Swan Quarter.
All right. Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. So, I don't know if you could hear that. He just said it's been one of the roughest storms here on the Outer Banks that he can remember. I'm trying to find lane 3. Okay. And so that was interesting. That even, you know, old salt locals can tell how crazy this storm was. Well, good news is we got a ticket to get to the mainland. Bad news is it's a 3-hour and 30-minute ferry. So we've walked through Ocracoke to see if anything is open in this sleepy little fishing village, and guess what? It's called a sleepy little fishing village for a reason, and it's off season. So nothing is open. But a beautiful sunset. From a financial perspective, it's not been the best of trips, but it's kind of cool exploring new places. And here in Ocracoke, a lot of history. And this is an old British cemetery. So like this grave right here, 1776 to 18 something. I can't read it. And that guy, 1850s. Super cool. Imagine the storms these guys saw and that these graves have survived. It's interesting because in Louisiana, so often after hurricanes and during, you know, the graves pop up and they disappear. And it doesn't seem like the British cemetery here has that problem. Interesting. Very interesting. And they even fly the British flag. Oh, it was a torpedo, a submarine destroyed by a torpedo, German torpedo. May 1942. Wow. And that's the British flag that flies. And here are who? 4 British seamen. So this is some British seamen here that were killed from the Navy.
Can you keep that light shining on there?
Yeah. So you might ask yourself, Jonathan, what does $15 get you on a ferry ride in North Carolina? Well, let me show you. Passengers with a lot of fellow fishermen. Lounge Sunday. Ooh. I wish GoPros and cameras could do better at night, because the moon is like a crescent moon. It's reflecting on the water. It is perfect.
Noah?
So it'd be nice, like on a sunny day, sit up here, enjoy the ride. Again, it's really beautiful right now to look out and see the moon. Cool little cabin space to relax. Want to have food? Here's the galley. Selection of Coke products. And generic snacks. So pack your own food if you want to come on these. One of my favorite things though about these ferries, tabletop's really cool. Kind of a cool little touch. See where all the lighthouses are here in the Outer Banks in Carolina. Really cool. I like this experience. It's kind of a pain in the butt, really, to do it this way. It's obviously more ideal to drive. A lot less hassle, a lot less time. But this is a unique way to travel, and as they say, it's not about the destination, it's the journey, right? So, what a journey it is. You're witnessing the exact moment I'm back on the US mainland. Ooh. That's kind of the sound I have in my voice, in my head. Honestly, until today, I don't think I've ever heard of Swan Quarter, but I love it.
Uncles also did something that we won't say.
The Odyssey is over. 9 hours, 2 ferries, a 3-hour drive here to Raleigh. I finally made it to my hotel. No, I thought that. There it is. My rental car. That extra day charge, it's about what I'd pay for a hotel room, so driver's seat for me. Plus I got a flight in about 6 hours, so I can survive. And I'm tired enough that it's gonna be fine. Gotta have hygiene. Doesn't matter if you're sleeping in a parking lot. Good morning. It's 6:27. I slept till about 5-ish, so maybe I got a 3-hour nap. Yeah, I'm just hanging out at the gas station, waiting to return the rental car and go catch my flight. I need a shower. I need to brush my teeth in a real sink. And a nap. I can relax. I made it to the airport before Highway 12 even reopened. It was an odyssey. It was one of the most unique chases of my life. I mean, a week ago at this time, no way I thought I would have been ending up in the Outer Banks back here in North Carolina. Wasn't the most financially successful of trips, but on the other hand, it was an experience they can't put a price on. And what was also really weird about it was how it connected with people. My smallish social media, Facebook, blew up. 500 plus shares, 30,000 plus views on a couple videos. I mean, it seemed to really connect with people. And on the other side of the coin, networks ignored it. So I really appreciate people commenting, you know, you should be with the network, Weather Channel should hire you, etc., etc. I don't know, I'm trying to do this independently for now, and I can't do it without you guys. So I appreciate any likes, shares. It helps me, and hopefully helps me grow this independent brand where I can go and cover these impactful storms, hype or not. And that's the thing. It's not about hype, it's about impact. It's about telling real stories with real people, showing really what's going on. And I appreciate you guys paying attention and watching and liking and sharing. So please subscribe, please share, please like, and we'll see you on the next one.